All right, guys, got a little update. I went ahead and removed the door, and in the last video I showed you all that I didn't really like this gap down here. And the rocker gap was real tight down here and then loose at that end. And you know, with this 72, the door hinges are welded in. I don't know who had the great idea to do that, but you know, it makes it a pain in the butt. Like, there is no adjustment, but there is one thing you can do. Inside the hinge pin, inside these little pins on the door, there's bushings that you can replace. So I went ahead and took the door off. Walk over here and show you. These bushings right here come in the door. So that pin that I just showed you all over there, you know, these go in here, down in that hole, right, which is right there. And they're made out of like bronze or brass, and they get worn out. If you look at this one, see if I can get a light on it. Hold on a second. If you look at it, it's egg-shaped. And that wasn't for me hitting it out. This one actually was the easiest one to get out. It just popped right out. And it was the top one, so you can see it's egg-shaped. That's got to be replaced. That very well, most likely, is the reason that the door was sagging. So anyways, you know, it's almost a 50-year-old car. And just from being open and closed over the past 50 years, it finally wore them out. So I'm going to go ahead and order that kit. It's a little bushing kit, you know, a little door hinge repair kit you could buy. I'm going to get it on Summit. It's for this car, so it comes with the new pins, the new hinge pin, and the new bushings. And I'll just go ahead and pop them in. You know, I'm going to clean these holes up a little better. You know, you got two of them. You got one on the inside, which is right there. And then you got two, of course, on this side. So I'm going to go ahead and get those installed, put the door back on, and then see, hopefully that'll raise up that gap on the rocker, which hopefully will help me with my next major issue, which is the body line. Cap 42, man, I appreciate it, you talking to me about this on there. I know it's hard to see, but this style line, this body line right here is raised on the panel, and then the door is dropped. So I don't really want to have to cut this up. I think I'm going to end up having to, but first things first, I'm going to get the door repaired, cleaned up, get the new bushings in, rehang it, and hopefully that'll help take some of that sag out, which in turn will hopefully help me with that body line. You know, another thing that I was going to say, I was talking about that gap where that body line is, the bottom of the door, which is going to be on this side. I'm glad I took this off, because while I have it off, I think I'm going to go ahead and start doing a bunch of repair work on it. One reason that gap was so messed up also was, if you look, let me see if I can get this lined up. Yeah, look at that gap. I know it's kind of hard to see, but that's a good sized gap. So I think this door is kind of kicked in right in this little section right here. Of course, this is rolled. There's a contour to it. Of course, you can see that it's got a curvature to it, but it definitely it starts out wide, dips in, and then comes back out. And I know it's hard to see in the camera, but there's a pretty good sized gap in there. So I'm gonna go ahead and fix stuff like this. This looks worse than it is. It's a bunch of surface rust going on right here. So I'm gonna go ahead and clean all that up. Probably shoot some epoxy primer in here while I got this thing open. I went ahead and took the glass out, so at least that's out of the way. It definitely made the door lighter. But anyways, I'm gonna get some work done on it, and I'll keep putting these little videos up. Try to keep them short. That way y'all stay interested. See ya.